Hey, folks, this is Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast Hip Hop. And now I'm sitting here with my boy on the phone, the other legendary connect, my man, Dr. Dre from the East Coast, a.k.a. Yo MTV Raps. What's up with you, Dre?
Hey, Lonzo, how you doing?
I'm good, man.
I am sitting here with my jaw on the ground.
What?
I'm listening to what's going on live
Okay.
in the congressional hearings
Okay.
about what the president was doing during the riot at the White House. And I try to say, could we even think of doing anything that nutty and not be sitting in jail right now?
Man, they be talking about how many people got killed that day. They would not be talking about no congressional hearing. They'd be supposed to be mad about how many folks died that day. It'd be a whole different conversation. Trust me. Different conversation.
Saying, I know a lot of people are in the politics and, we discuss what goes on in the hip hop world, in the rap world, in entertainment alongside of it. But to listen to some of this and I'm gonna tie things together real kind of strange. To listen to that and to hear what happened at Sesame Place this week with two 6-year-old African-American princesses being disrespected by one of the characters at Sesame Place. And it's on film. It's like, this is right out there.
All right, slow down. Let's do one at a time. Slow down. You take away into this shit. You mixing shit. You remixing the whole news feed. Calm down.
Dude,
come on. Slow down. You doing a goddamn news mixtape. Calm down.
I'm sorry.
We ain't in the intros yet. Can we do the intros? You jumped all into this shit with a remix, huh?
You said I was doing so. I was rewinding. Let me spin it back.
Yeah, okay. All right, folks. We here today. Today is Thursday, y'all. It's time for Legendary Connects. Dre over there on some goofy shit. He having a ball this morning. This afternoon. He watching the damn Senate hearings and having the fit. He done got mad at the Teletubbies, whatever it was. He mad at the Teletubbies.
Sesame Place. So, like Sesame Street comment play.
Yeah.
Everything's A-OK unless you wear the black people see to be chilling.
He Dre on some hype shit today, boy. He feeling pretty good.
Hey, good time with Dr. Dre and Alonzo. How are y'all doing, legends?
We doing good, baby. How you doing?
What's going on, Queen?
I'm good, legends. I'm connected to the legend.
I'm gonna get you a 1080 camera for your birthday. What's your birthday in September? I'm gonna find you a 1080 camera because that's always
huh? I am a Scorpio. I think you like me saying I'm a Scorpio. November 13th.
November 13th. I done had some crazy experiences with some Scorpios. We can't say this on Facebook because we'll get cut out, blocked, all that shit.
I'm so you don't want to. I already got a reputation. I already have not that kind of reputation on Facebook, but I'm a troublemaker, so be good.
Oh, okay. You Preacher's Kids.
I don't say what I say too much.
It's two folks I gotta watch: Preacher's Kids and Catholic School Girls. Them time we got into something else, but them Preacher's Kids be something else, and I'm a Catholic school kid, so I'm talking about myself as well. Anyway, folks, we are live. We got Miss B in the house, the Divine Connector, Dr. Dre on the phone. We got to get Dr. Dre on the screen, folks. We got to get him on the screen.
That's mission September 1. I got to be on the screen, or I got to do a picture or something animated, anything.
Yeah, we're gonna get you a Muppet. Okay, get you a
picture on it.
Huh?
Y'all want me to do that?
What?
We'll get a picture. We'll get a fan with Dre's face, and I'll hold it up.
Oh no, that ain't gonna work.
Oh,
that's cute, but that ain't gonna work. That's so thoughtful of you.
Going there like that.
The chat room was already here.
I know.
Rob Trumbull. They here already, folks. We 10 deep already. We ain't been on the show 5 minutes. Gary's Garage. Who else is here?
We're cooking. The
So anyway,
barbecue is on.
So anyway, first thing that got Dre upset today was the conversation that's being had on the January 6th trials. That's some bullshit here. I'm seeing some shit going on. I'm like, damn, And here's the part that before Dre jump on me and take it over. Here's the part that's going to be very disheartening. If Merrick Garland don't put his big boy pants on and do something to indict this dude, and he don't go to jail or nothing, all you doing right now is setting a bad precedent for the next cats coming there. They're gonna next time they're gonna be successful, and we're gonna be all the martial law or some old crazy ass shit. Because right now, you got to make somebody out of an example. That's the only way That's the only way this shit's gonna stop. And if your boy Mr. T get one of the morning suits and some flippers, some flip flops, some slip ons, yeah, a lot of people will be happy. Now you got it, Dre.
Well, it's simple. It's like the Attorney General of the United States, Merrick Garland. He's trying to step up. He's saying some things, but I got to give credit to the Congressional January 6th Committee is really, really doing their job. Their investigation has been revealing, outstanding, and they're not even slowing down. They even said, this may be the last one for a minute, but we'll be back in September to finish it up because we have some more information to pass along. And I'm not hostile just in listening about it, but it's just amazing that we're sitting here in the United States of America and we had a president that sat there like a little child and was gloating over the violence of January 6th and all the different officers and people that were hurt and that people were walking around armed. And he knew it. That's the part that's killing me. It's like, for real? And that's why I kind of tied those two things together at Sesame Place. Because it's like, is this 2022 or 1822? Where are we? Where are we? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not the same. It's time to play that game. What are we doing? So, I mean, it just, I'm not really bouncing around. It's just that I'm intrigued by this so much because we grew up, and Alonzo can attest to this, in the Watergate era.
Right.
When that went down. And we saw how that put a freeze on American government. And Nixon got off only because Ford sat there and pardoned him, or he'd have been in jail with the rest of his mob. And what everybody's saying now is, why is this taking so long when there's more evidence, videotape, pictures, you name it? And it's not, they don't have to ask questions. Trump's telling on himself. You don't even have to ask anybody a question. Just play the tapes.
Okay. Well, folks,
that's it.
Just in case you haven't done it already, please download the app, the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce app. That's my new venture, folks. I'm gonna have to do a plug right quick while the crawl rolls. Let Dre take a break. It's amazing, man, that these folks have been masters of don't believe your lying eyes. Don't believe your lying eyes. Whatever you thought you saw, you didn't see it. You didn't see that. You didn't see the president encourage these people. You didn't hear that. And when you see these kind of things on a constant basis, and people buy into it. Me and my partner was talking yesterday. We was riding down the street. We were talking about some of these same issues. And I think back in the 70s, everybody was the world of marketing tested a certain level of certain people's marketability. What I mean by that is certain people will buy into anything. And back in the 70s, there was a thing called the pet rock. The pet rock sold for like $5. Okay. The pet rock was just a smooth rock, and sometimes they would stick eyes on it, draw a mustache on it. But the pet rock you go to any quarry and pick up a rock and do the same thing, but they put a price tag on this rock. And people bought this rock. And people thought this rock was the cutest rock in the world because it was my pet rock. And when I saw that as a kid, I thought that was absolutely insane. But that craze jumped off, and it made somebody a lot of money for a short period of
It
time.
made millions of dollars.
Okay, somebody made a
Millions.
shitload of money for a short period of
Because
time.
Lonzo,
What?
I was going to say, I jumped on the craze, and I had a whole bunch of bricks on the side of my house, and I put pet brick. If you enjoy the pet rock, come buy a pet brick. I got them in multiple colors.
So
I didn't make as much money as the rock.
so
But I tried to jump on the craze.
my point on that is that you can sell some people anything all the time, okay? And people I've seen interviews where people have just shut their minds off, and this whole thing is a kangaroo court is out to get him. Not to the fact that he did anything, not to mention people died. They want to blame the other side for the people dying, although if you had decided to riot in the first place, people wouldn't have died. But it's just amazing how people can how marketing can put a twist on something and make something palatable for gullible people, and that just amazes me to no end.
The irony is 95% of the witnesses are all Republicans or White House staff, except the mother and the daughter who in Georgia, whose lives changed after Trump called them out and said they stole votes and hid them in Georgia. And their lives have not been the same since. The death threats, Kanye West publicists went to their house, knocking on the door. Like, what? What? This is for real. This is stuff that you would see in a movie, and we go, yo, we'll get some more popcorn. Let's see how this ends up. Yo, this is real. This is happening, and it's happened.
Wow.
So that's why I find it that interesting. And when Liz Cheney, who I never agreed with anything in this woman's life, zero. I'm one of her fans now.
Okay.
She actually told the president, the former president, do not call our witnesses because that's witness tampering. And that idiot called another witness. What's wrong with him?
He don't care, man. He's such a narcissistic person. He don't care. He figured he was the president. I'm rich. I can do what the fuck I want to and give a damn what y'all say about it. And you ain't gonna do nothing to me, okay? And if you do something to me,
that's what he said.
That's what he's implementing. That's what he implemented.
That's what he said in the car when they were driving him to the Capitol, and the Secret Service told him, Mr. President, you can't drive you down there. There's a riot going on. He said, I'm the president of the motherfucking United States. You better drive this car down there. What's wrong with you? What? Like what?
Hey,
this is where we are.
This is where we are when we allow ourselves to be divided into two different facets. Well, actually more than two, but we got two major facets that we got people that see through the bullshit and people that live in the bullshit, and it's a different situation. And
absolutely,
bullshit is on everybody. Bullshit is on everybody. There's some people can see through it, and some people just kind of wade in it. But again, you got folks who are so invested in this dude, they can't turn around. Okay, you got people that are really invested in this dude, giving him money, believe in him, and they can't turn around. When he said a thing on the bus, when he said he grabbed the girls by the vagina, that was some cold shit. That would have got anybody disqualified. All it did was made his situation stronger. Okay, and you start seeing. I remember
Al Franken.
Yeah,
took a picture next to the woman's booty and had to resign.
Well, see, that's because
put his arm around her shoulder, like affectionately, as he was doing I forgot what it was, a visit.
Right, he wasn't even a senator then. He was just a regular comedian.
He was an entertainer. And they made him resign.
Well, see, that's because the Democrats, they trying to play fair in a cricket game.
You cannot.
They trying to play fair in a cricket game. You can't do that. You're not going to do that. You can't play. Now, theoretically, that's supposed to happen on both sides. But when homeboy out of Florida was texting girls and buying them stuff and doing all kinds of, and then we rolling with him. I don't give a damn. We're gonna reelect him too.
He committed a Mann Act.
Huh?
He bought a 17-year-old cross state lines. That's a man act.
Okay.
That's a man act. That alone should have put him in cuffs.
But we Republicans, we ain't giving them nan seat. Okay, that's what my boy would say. We ain't giving them nan seat, as they say in Texas. I mean in Mississippi. And then how they said nan?
Ain't getting a nine.
Ain't giving nan.
Ain't getting a nine.
All right. Meanwhile, at the Sesame Place, you got folks in. Now wait a minute. Wait. Here is the ultimate in stupidity. How? Wait a minute. Let me say this. If you in a costume because you like kids or you want to be happy and cheerful, if that's your job, your only job. Okay.
It's your only job.
If your only job is to be nice to kids, and you can't do it.
All you gotta do is wave at the kids.
All you gotta do is wave. All you do is wave and give them a high five from time to time, like you was doing all the little white kids. But the little black kids, you just wave them off like, oh no, we ain't messing with you. Okay. I think that right there is probably one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen in all my life. A cartoon character, they supposed to be the ones that set the tone for your childhood. Okay.
That's the ultimate in prejudice.
Could you imagine?
How do you explain to a 6-year-old why this character just totally dismissed it, then turned around and waved and hugged the white kids?
Oh shit! Could you imagine?
It's got it on tape, like, and didn't do it once, did it repeated times.
Could you imagine Disney or H.R. Huff and Puff doing some shit like that? Could you imagine H.R. Huff and Puff doing some shit like that?
H.R. puffing stuff.
Yeah.
Can't do a little.
You can't do a little because you can't do enough. Come on, man. Witchy Pooh would have had a fit. Witchy Pooh would have had a fit. Sheriff John would have had a fit. Okay.
H.R. would have put a bullet. He'd have blew his top.
Look here. I remember when I was a kid, and Hobo Kelly and Sheriff John, but Hobo Kelly was the main one. She'd be looking out over her glass, put them big ass glasses on, and look all over. I see little Johnny in Ventura and Susie in Burbank. Well, ain't nobody in LA. Your glasses don't come. I was, and as a kid, I would be mad because you ain't never seen nobody in the LA. You ain't never seen nobody in Compton. And imagine, and this is on TV. This is how naive you are as a kid. Because Hobo Kelly saw you put the glasses on, you thought it was somebody's birthday. You didn't know she was bullshitting. Yep. Okay. And when you go back and she put them glasses on and she don't call your city or call your name, that's you can feel some kind of way, as they say. Okay. So to be at a actual event and you standing right there within 5 feet of a character that you've been looking at forever, and he just dish you. Thank God they caught it on camera because nobody would believe that ever happened. Yeah, I went back, Gary.
And the mother.
I went back. Huh?
I was saying the aunt and the mother are trying to figure it out. They have to go get a lawyer. And they're like saying, it's not that we want to sue for money. It's like we want a for real apology. Sesame Place gave like a real low apology. Very, very. But they're like the 6-year-olds have been traumatized by this because they keep asking questions. What do we do? What do we do?
Right.
That's like our favorite character. And I mean, all he did is like wave and the character waved them off. They went to get like a hug. No hugs, no respect, nothing.
And the kids just looked at baffled. They're like, what are we doing? What are they? Mom, what
let's make this clear. Let's be clear. Sesame Place is not run by Sesame Street.
Huh?
The characters are licensed to Sesame Place. It's like a independent, what do you call it? Amusement park that licensed the characters. So now there's like this big investigation at Sesame Place on who was in the costume.
Oh,
did they get hired?
They don't want to even tell who that was in the costume. They don't want to do that. But you know something? Here we go again, Doc. Here we go again. When you see something like that, I'm sorry, but in this day and time, I get a little suspicious, man. I get a little suspicious because people do anything to get some recognition, go viral, and you will at some point in time, I bet you this person's gonna pop out their costume. Yes, that was me. I just felt the so and so and so and so. He'll be all over Fox News, or she'll be all over Fox News, talking about how she felt. You had to be hot. You had to be pretty pissed at yourself that your life is
definitely pretty hot.
You had to be pretty pissed at yourself that your life has ended you up in a hot ass costume waving at kids. So I don't tell me you were trying to be no actor, no shit like that, because it's real. It's hot. You in there waving, and you waving with attitude.
And the problem is the thing: the kids don't see your face; they just see the face of the character.
Right.
So they don't know you got an attitude.
Right.
They don't know you didn't get any that night. They don't know you wanted to get a drink, but you couldn't because you out there waving at the characters. They don't know any of that.
So you W.W.A.
Your shoes are too tight. They don't know.
You W.W.A. Waving with an attitude.
Look, I remember when my kids were really young and we went to Universal in LA, and my daughter loved Rugrats. My son, he was in the chair. We were pushing him around. My daughter saw Angelica come towards us, and she lost it. She jumped on my neck, started choking me out. Dad, get it away! Because she didn't realize, the character's like huge to a little kid.
Right.
At that time, she's used to seeing Angelica on the TV screen. Now here comes this huge Angelica waving and trying to go all out and trying to grab her. She's like, no, get away! I said, I am not bringing them to Disneyland. I am not getting embarrassed by my daughter choking me out in public like this again. Now, I had that experience once when we had a birthday party for her, and her mother insisted on us having somebody dress up as Winnie the Pooh. She had all of the friends around the table who were at this restaurant. Winnie the Pooh went in the bathroom. I had to go in there and make the payoff. He walked in there for 3 minutes, came out with that costume. She freaked out, couldn't handle Winnie the Pooh. That character walked away with $1,500 cash for 3 minutes worth of work.
Wow.
I was like, no, come on, man. He said, look, I got nothing to do with it. I'll go back out there. But
look,
my wife was screaming.
Look.
Get him out of here.
Look,
them characters.
I had the same experience.
To them little kids.
I had the same experience.
When you bring your kids around the character.
I had the same experience at Disneyland. Me and my girl. I took my daughter. She took her niece, and we in Fantasyland. Okay, we in Fantasyland, and I forgot who it was. It might have been Goofy. Tapped the little girl on the shoulder. Hi, how you? No, she didn't say nothing. Goofy just waved because they don't talk in Disneyland. They don't talk.
They just wave.
They just wave. Homegirl looked up, saw this big goofy ass dog or whatever Goofy supposed to be, screamed and took off running. We in Fantasyland. We in Tomorrowland. When I caught her, by the time I caught her, we was in Frontierland, dog. She was screaming and running. I'm hauling ass. Okay, I'm hauling ass. Trying to excuse me. You think I was terrorizing her some way? She was screaming and hollering. When I caught up with that little girl, she was in Frontierland, man. No bullshit. Headed for the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Tears and breathing heavy.
And my son, my youngest son, I could not take him to the circus. We took him to the Universal Soul Circus, and they had the little dude. I forgot his name. The little short dude. We can't call him midgets no more. The little people, the little person that was there.
Little person, yeah.
Man, my son was like, "Oh, daddy, he came out to pass out some shit." Oh, hell no, not this little motherfucker. He was a man, but he big as he seems. Oh, hell no.
My man Casual Cal used to run Universal Soul Circus. Big up
Casual Cal.
Yep.
Yes.
Dude, my son, when he was in that stroller, and we were at Universal. Remember the Terminator theater thing?
Right.
We went to that. Now I should have known better. I don't know what made me think, nah, she ain't gonna freak out because it's gonna be on screen, so she's gonna get it. It's not there. But when the Terminator comes off the screen and comes walking towards you, and my son was in the stroller, She freaked out. He sat there with his sunglasses on, cracking up. As almost as you know, the Terminator started walking down the aisle, and I'm like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Stop, Dad. And the Terminator, he's walking right up, bends down to my son. My son's smiling and waving. She's losing it. My wife's saying, I told you you shouldn't come in. I said, shut up.
Now, we got some people in the chat room who's giving us some horror stories. My man, King Dave Young says, I used to be scared when they sang at Chuck E. Cheese. LOL. Old school people know what I'm talking about. Now, Chuck E. Cheese is a whole other thing, because Chuck E. Cheese, I don't know. Chuck E. Cheese is that shit.
Big rat.
He a big ass rat.
Giant rat.
But he got a band of different animals, and they don't even look. Them some cheap animatronics. They ain't got but a couple of moves. Okay, they only got a couple of moves. They really ain't with it like the ones at Disneyland. They don't look like people. They look like robots with costumes on. But I can understand
and
that.
They come from behind the curtain.
Yeah, pull the curtain back, and they just move their heads and talk. And
instruments.
Yeah, they be plucking, and Chuck E. Cheese, that little head pop up. All right, boys and girls. Oh man, come on, dude. My son, he wasn't too fond of that one either. He wasn't that fond either. Now, Rob says they used to hire dwarfs at Red Robin. I don't remember that part.
No, I don't remember that.
I was at Red Robin on Tuesday night. Huh?
At Chuck E. Cheese, my son took a cup of soda and hit Chuck E. Cheese square in the head with a cup of soda.
Wow.
Just to see if he could do it.
Wow.
He would throw stuff. He was a thrower.
Now, here's some crazy shit right here. Now, one of my favorite places, I like Disneyland. I'm not a fan of Magic Mountain. Ain't been to Magic Mountain in 30 years. I went to Magic Mountain when I was a youngster, and I realized why they call it Magic Mountain. Okay? That motherfucker is hilly. Okay? Lines is long. It's hot as hell. Everything expensive. I don't do Magic Mountain. But I like Disneyland, and I like Knott's Berry Farm. Okay? Now, Disneyland, they got a little crazy. They got a little crazy on the money. So, you know, if you ain't got a grand to just go give to that mouse, that good pimping mouse, you might want to keep your ass at home. Okay? Oh, you going to be out.
Wait a minute.
I went to Disney. Wait, hold on. I went to Disneyland a few years ago. A friend of mine worked there, got me, my son, and myself in for free. My kids wanted a couple of windbreakers. She had a discount for the food, and some other stuff. And by the time I got through that day, I still had spent $400. I got to send free. Wow. When she left, my kids got hungry again. We bought some hot dogs. By the time I got through buying the hot dogs, I was out $40. Hot dogs, sodas, and fries. I'm out $40. Okay, and this is about 10 years ago. Easy. So now at Disneyland, it's what is it, $200 to get in? $250?
What?
It's like $250 to get in Disneyland. Disneyland high as hell.
To go to all the rides?
No. To walk your ass to the Magic Kingdom, you got to drop some magic money. Okay. Somebody look it up. Bernadette, she just fell off of it. She got to get her stuff together over there. But if anybody know the actual price right now
for Disneyland
to go to Disneyland and Disney World, I mean Disneyland and California Adventure, they have a 3-day plan. It's $80-something a day for 3 days. That's $250 per person for 3 days. Okay, it's $250. Okay, it's only $83 if you buy all 3 days. Okay, for both parks. California Adventure, I can do without that one. That one don't do nothing for me. I've been liking Disneyland since I was a kid. California Adventure don't do nothing for me. Only thing I like is the kites. Okay, the little kites over the and that right there, that's some real looking phone. That's some real looking bullshit. Okay, but here we are now. Knott's Berry Farm was the most affordable. You could drop your kids off at Knott's Berry Farm and come back and pick them up, and everything gonna be all right. Well, gangbanging took over Knott's Berry Farm. They got boysenberry gangbangers at Knott's Berry Farm. Okay, Knott's Berry Farm had to shut down that Saturday night early because they was going at it. Okay, it was going at it.
Knott's Berry Farm.
You can't, dude. Now here, people ask me, Lonzo, you open the club, dude. If you can't go to Knott's Berry Farm and have a good time in Buena, in Buena White Ass Park. Buena Park is as vanilla as it get. Okay, and I don't know who it was. I don't know what color the folks was. Don't make a big difference. All I know is they had to shut the park down because of numerous fights, and now they implemented a chaperone policy.
Wow.
So now a certain kid under a certain age, you got to bring your mama.
You got no choice.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Did you remember the brawl they had at Disneyland?
Oh, that little them hood rats fighting.
Yeah, when they had that brawl.
Yeah.
At Disneyland.
Yeah, that wasn't no.
And I was in shock.
Oh.
I was in shock, seriously, because my biggest thing is I went to Disney World on the other side, and the thing about Disney World, a friend of mine, this is when I was working at Hot 97. A friend of mine worked at Disney World and took me on what they call behind the scenes tour, where they take you behind all the park and you get to see where the characters get dressed and all that stuff. And they show you the room that you walk in Disney World, where it's like there's like 1,000 TVs in there, and there's like 15, 20 people monitoring everything that goes on. Like if you walk through Disney World, you'll never see a piece of paper on the ground more than 10 seconds. Because if somebody comes by and scoops it up, there's a camera. When I'm saying everywhere, they have F-15 fighter jets at Disney World. You're like, what? They have fighter jets. So if you breach the perimeter, those jets will be in the sky and tell you break right or break left, or we'll shoot you down. They won't let you get near Disney World. I was like, get the fuck. When they showed me how fast, if an incident happens, that people will be on top of you, and who's security and who's not, my jaw was on the ground. I said, how do y'all maintain this in the middle of the night? Those screens, when you're in there at night, it might as well be daytime. Every ride, every seat, everything.
My brother
is monitored.
My brother went to Disneyland on grad night. He gonna smoke a joint on the People Mover. People Mover, that was in the Tomorrowland. It goes all through these little different things. And I guess he figured because he was in the dark, he can blaze one in the dark. His partners say he got on right before him, in a couple of cars behind him. His partner get off the train, off the People Mover, waiting on my brother. My brother never got off the People Mover. He said, I don't know whether he got 8 hours so scared. I thought it was a horror movie, man. Because he was right behind me, and a couple of cars behind me. He never got off. Well, my brother ended up in Disney jail. Okay?
Get out of here.
He ended up in Disney jail. He said, my brother told me, he said he was on the People Mover. They stopped the People Mover, snatched his ass off, took him back behind, like the shit you talking about right now, and put him in Mickey Mouse County Jail. Okay? Yeah.
That's for real.
Yeah. And my daddy had to come get him. My daddy had to come get him.
That's not a joke.
Okay? Disney don't play that shit. If you vomit at Disneyland, they got a code for vomiting, and they know call it return. Dude, I've been a fan of the Disneyland business model for decades, and I watched a lot of those documentaries, especially on YouTube, and even they came on TV back in the day, how behind the scenes, all the tunnels and stuff. And at nighttime, they have cats that patrol Disneyland and keep all the mice out. Okay, that's why you never see no rats at Disneyland. Okay, but then the cats are trained to go in by a certain time. They come back in at a certain time. So it's just amazing how they do what they do. But in doing what they do, they keep a lid on that place like nobody else. And because it's so expensive, you're only gonna get a certain clientele come up in there. Okay, I might not be a part of their clientele list no more. I might not. I've been taking my kids all my life, but I just can't see myself dropping a G to go hang out in line, stand in line all day long. Because and don't try to go to the hotel and hang out all. Hotel gonna be $400-500 a night. Okay.
Yep.
All right, it's gonna be 400-500. You better not get hungry. Okay,
I was there covering for ESPN2 when Snoop Dogg had his football team versus Luke's football team at Disney World, and they put us up in the hotel and all that stuff, and they had a whole section of fields, and I'm talking about manicured professional football fields, baseball fields, basketball courts. I'm like, what? Just, I mean, like, out of control. Like the grass was perfectly cut. You put your hand, you're like, wow, this is crazy. And it's like, now I gotta ask you a question. Did you go to Disneyland before they bought across the street from Disneyland?
I've been going there when it was all orange fields around Disneyland. Yes, all my life. But at one time there was no freeway that would take you to Disneyland. We had to take Artesia Boulevard. And I remember as a kid sitting in the back of the station wagon, all we saw for 45 minutes was orange fields. Orange fields. Nothing but orange fields going down Artesia Boulevard. Because if I'm mistaken, if you go down, I think it was Artesia runs right through Buena Park all the way to it might turn into something else by now. But at that time, Imperial Highway in LA would take you all the way to Orange County with no problem. And Artesia will also. And that was a big thing for me as a kid. As I always sat in the back of the station wagon with no air conditioning back there, so I had to roll the window down, and I would throw shit out the window sometimes. So, it just was a good time. But I remember as a kid, man, just riding through it in the family station wagon, and
I'm talking about when Disneyland had the neighborhood across the street, because that was the last time when I was down there. This is when I was living out in LA in 2000. I think it was 2000. And we went to do something at Anaheim. And that's when they were building the parkway to Disneyland.
Okay. And
you could see Disneyland on one side because it was lit up like a Christmas tree. And on the right side, it was dark. It was a neighborhood.
Right.
I was like, wait a minute. There's a neighborhood across the street from Disneyland?
How does this work? Ain't that a most?
It's like that. Yeah, they bought them out.
Everything around there now is you got a few hotels on Catella. You got across the street from Disneyland. You got the Anaheim Convention Center, and everything else around that summit is Disney, okay, or Mickey, or got some ears on it. Everything else got ears on it, okay.
Yep.
It's associated with ears.
We went to the Ducks stadium down there, and we did a show at the Ducks stadium. And we went to Anaheim. I think it was the Angels back then.
Yep.
When we were there, yeah. But Disneyland, the one thing I remember about, because I got there at night, and I'm looking to my left, and I'm looking at Disneyland. I'm like, oh my God, all my life, I've been waiting to get to Disneyland. Here it is. And I looked around and said, wait, what's over there? What are they building up there? The people still say, dude, that people live there. I said, how do you live across the street from Disneyland? Make that make sense. How do you say, just come up to Disneyland and make a right? And, I live down the block.
Right. Bernadette is back. Bernadette, can you say something now, dear?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I hear you now. I like this whatever you change the camera to, it's a lot better.
Okay, that's the phone.
Okay, you got? It's
a
Obama phone.
Down memory lane. I had an issue with the Easter Bunny that I was afraid.
What the fuck Easter Bunny do to you?
You count bunny. What's the story with the bunny that was a Dracula, a vampire? That got to my head. That's the
right I ain't never heard no
vampire.
That's some country shit right there. I ain't never heard no shit like that before.
Y'all just didn't go to the book fairs. That's all.
No, we ain't the vampire bunny around here. Bunny's always been cute.
Bunny?
No, I cannot because of that story. In the chat, have y'all heard of the vampire bunny story?
Ain't nobody. Come on, baby.
I don't know.
It's just some shit is sacred, and bunnies is sacred. Vampire bunny, that's a Mississippi shit, okay?
Well, I had big.
That's the Mississippi shit like Schlitz beer. Come on. No. Like Red Clay. Ain't nobody got no damn vampire buddy.
Did you say red Kool-Aid? I know y'all got red Kool-Aid in Compton.
Red Clay.
Well, the Red Clay. I had
Red Clay.
Wait. I had Red Kool-Aid Saturday. I'm in Sacramento hanging out with Kevin Johnson's restaurant, Fixins. And we looked on the menu. Me and Yellow looked at the menu and said, Red Kool-Aid. Everybody got red Kool-Aid. That shit was good. Huh? It had red and purple Kool-Aid. We all got the red because we from Compton. And that shit was sweet.
You don't want no purple?
That shit was sweet. You can taste the diabetes in that motherfucker though, boy.
Okay.
You got sugar.
What's the name of the restaurant again?
It's called Fixins. He got one here in LA too. He is one he has in LA. It's downtown LA, right next to the Staples Center. And
I like it.
What's on the menu?
Oh man, soul food. We had chicken and waffles. They had shrimp and grits, chicken and waffles.
Okay.
Mother boy had some oxtails. And here's a question for Bernadette: if you eat the oxtails, what happened to the rest of the ox?
I don't know. Look, Lonzo, I only eat skinless, boneless chicken. I don't eat chicken. So you can't. I'm from Mississippi, and
everybody know what happened to the rest of the ox. If you to tell, do you throw the ribs away? Do you throw the ass away? The hooves? What do you do with the rest of the ox? The only part of the ox I've ever heard anybody eating was the tails. And you know the tail ain't nothing but a windshield wiper for his asshole. So
the ox might give it away because the price has gone up. That's one of those inflations like gas.
I'm not eating them because a tail ain't nothing but a windshield wiper for your asshole. Okay.
The price of oxtails is
yes.
People are outraged. It's gone up so much. I'm telling you, it's one of those headliners about oxtails going up. People are hunting them down, looking for oxtails. I think that's an island thing. Drake from the islands and stuff.
Jamaica, yeah.
Where is the rest of the ox at? You throw the ox, you cut off his tail, and what you do with the rest of the ox?
You know what an oxtail is? It's really cow. It's not an ox. It's just a cow.
Okay, see, I was gonna see if you knew that or not. I've actually looked that up already just to find out if anybody knew bullshitting or not. Okay.
No, it's not.
It's not even bison. I had bison burgers. Have y'all had a bison burger?
But no, an ox is actually just a big old bull. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, bull. Ox is number
so
bull.
Number cow.
It's a cow.
Number the cow.
But I don't know why they call it. I don't know why. But I don't know the difference between an ox and a cow is the same thing. But I'm trying to figure out why they call it an ox as opposed to a cow.
The pet rock one, so it goes back to the pet rock. Like you said, the pet rock. The same thing.
Y'all, what are y'all talking at the time? Like y'all both said talking at the same time. Slow down. Ms. B, go ahead.
The oxtail is the same concept as the pet rock.
No.
Same concept.
No, it's not.
No.
If it's a cow, why not say cowtail?
No.
Cowtail don't sound as good.
Exactly.
So
cowtail.
People eat pig feet? Shit.
If
you eat a pig's foot.
But you ain't gonna eat pig ass.
Well, you eat
pig ass.
You eat shit linings. You eat shit linings. Huh?
Shitless.
If you eat chitlins, what do you think you're eating?
Did Fixins have chitlins there?
Huh?
Did Fixins have? Did they have chitlins at Fixins?
I didn't see it on the menu. If I did, I'd probably look right over it because I don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with shit linings. My mom. Wait. Hold on. Stop. Every New Year's Eve, my mama did three things. She made gumbo, made the best gumbo in the world, made a lemon meringue pie, fantastic cooked meringue crust. Meringue with the crust, the graham cracker crust. Loved it to death, and she cleaned some motherfucking chitlins, and the chitlins. They stink up the whole house.
Stink up the whole damn house.
They stink up everything. Okay? And
the
basically
windows, the doors,
basically
the front doors, the
first
back
thing you gotta do is clean the shit out of the chitlins.
Membrane.
Then you gotta pull the membrane out. Okay? And her and my auntie, that's what they would do. sitting out there smoking them goddamn cools, Salem cigarettes, smoking them Salem cigarettes out there with boiling water. They boil them for a while, skin them, and put them back in some more boiling water, clean boiling water. Oh no, I ain't messing with that shit. That shit, my old man get there with some hot sauce and be posted up like shit. And he was in hog heaven.
I gotta say real quick, brother, that let me say this, and you can jump right in, because Lonzo said this. I remember I got in the most trouble in my life on New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. I was at my Aunt Evelyn's house, and my mother, everybody was there. And they made pig's feet, chitlins, all that stuff. And I was sitting at the table with all the desserts. And they were like, Sandra, what do you want? And I said, nope, I just take some chicken, and I'll take this, no pig's feet, no chitterlings. That's what it's called. No chitterlings. It stink up the whole house. And she said, I want you just to try them. So if you try it and don't like it, it's okay. But if you don't try it, I'm not giving you chocolate cake. And the chocolate cake was sitting right in front of me. And I was sweating. I sat there and cried from New Year's Eve to New Year's Day. Put my head on the table. I don't eat this. I ain't gonna eat it. It's the pig's feet. No. What is a chitterling? It stuck up the house. And she sat there and woke me up on New Year's Day and said, so you really don't like them? No, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it, and I hate you. He said, what? I hate you. I am not eating this. He said, you gonna make me throw this good food out? My uncle walked over there. He said, no, he's not. He picked it up. He put some hot sauce on it. He said, this is good. That boy just don't know good food. No,
hey, man.
Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. And I worked in a delicatessen. And at the shop, you want to get scared? I had to actually butcher a pig to give to people. Where
We used to have a hog slaughter
in the freezer, I was 13 years old. Had to butcher the pig because people come in. Well, let me get the plate. Let me get the legs. Let me get some of this. Cut this. And do this with the bacon. I did that in my. You do it one time, you don't want to do it again.
So you was a butcher.
I was a butcher.
Dr. Dre the butcher.
Wow.
That I could do. I should have called myself Dre the Butcher. Didn't know that was cool at the time.
I never had to do no butchering.
I did butchering in my life.
Now what I did do, what my dad used to do. We raised chickens in the backyard. This is real shit. We had chickens in our backyard. And my daddy would actually go buy the chickens as little bitty small chickens, little furry, little cute motherfuckers, right? He'd buy like 2 or 3 dozen of them, put them in the backyard, and we feed them every day. My brother would go out there and he'd make them into pets. He'd go out there and play with them and shit, right? He came out, play with them or whatever. He having a good time with the damn chickens and shit, right? So my brother had a chicken. He named him. I forgot what chicken. It was unique. I don't know, it was a different color or what. My brother knew this one chicken. This chicken knew my brother, and my daddy was trying to spare my brother the pain of having to watch this somebody get killed. Okay, so came time. My daddy went through all the chickens in my backyard where I grew up at. Literally, we had a mini farm. We had a little bitty ass garden with string beans, tomatoes, fruit trees, potatoes, all kind of shit. Okay, grapes. Then we had chickens behind that with, and every once in a while we had to go grab the eggs, bring them in the house. I'm not bullshitting. And this is just outside of Compton. Just outside of Compton. In fact, a lot of people in that neighborhood right now still got chickens in their backyard in 2022. If it ain't shit to see a chicken walk down a goddamn street, okay? It ain't nothing. I'm not bullshitting. It ain't shit to see a rooster or a chicken just walking down the street because they get loose sometime. And they'll just walk down the street until the dogs start chasing them or something. Or you'll see a rooster and a chicken get into it. No bullshit. Rooster ain't no punk. Rooster will fight anything. A rooster will fight anything. Rooster ain't no punk. Anyway, come time for my dad to put this chicken on the table. And we ain't had but a couple of them left. It was homeboy's turn to be dinner. And mom made go back in the back. He tried to teach me how to wring a chicken's neck, right? And you got to, when you wring the neck, you're supposed to grab it and just hold the head and just wring the whole head, hold the head stiff, wring the body, and then snatch, and the head come off, okay? Mm-hmm. And I'm doing like this right here. Chicken Disney the motherfucker, okay? Chicken Disney the motherfucker. Chicken still walks around. He ain't gonna make it in the day. Anyway, my old man grabbed the chicken. My old man grabbed my brother's chicken, my brother's pet chicken, and did the thing. He pop. And my brother was in the house. He was standing by the door watching the shit. And when my old man popped the chicken head, my brother run out the house, and the chicken ran toward my brother with no head. My daddy still got the head in his mouth. I'm not bullshitting. My daddy got the head in his hand. The chicken is running and screaming. The chicken is running right behind my brother with no fucking head on him, okay? I'm not bullshitting. The chicken will live about 20, 30 minutes without a head on him, okay? And my God, traumatized. Me and my sister, we laughing our asses off because we know the chicken gonna die, but my brother don't know nothing about that. Meanwhile, my mama in the kitchen, she got boiling water ready to start plucking feathers and shit, right? Boy, brother was screwed up. He was mad. He was mad at my daddy for snapping that chicken head off, but he was more frightened. That chicken chased his ass around the backyard for about 15, 20 minutes with no goddamn head. That ain't no bullshit. That's some real talk. That don't get no realer than that, okay?
Okay, Bernadette, you're up.
It was a warning, Lonzo. That was a rough story. You could have gave some kind of warning.
Hey, that's, you know what? The best story is I can't warn you with shit like that. What do you say? Supposed to bring you good luck.
In Queens, I seen they used to have like butcher shops, and I saw my father do that one time. Because the thing is, when you see it, when you go back to the grocery store and you see chickens in the grocery store, you can't even imagine that was a chicken like the one you just saw running around. You're like, how did they get them chickens to lay down like that? And there's no feathers on the chicken. How did they do that?
See, in China, they don't cut the heads off. They just kill them and they pluck them and they hang them up by their necks and shit in the window. And I want that chicken right there. I want that chicken.
If you go to Canal Street in New York, you'll see that all day long. They do that with the ducks too.
Same thing. Do it with ducks too. But yeah, folks, we just have some old school youngster horror stories.
So y'all just as country as me.
I always wear my shoes. I don't do shit with my shoes off except take a shower.
Okay.
The one time
that was a quick response. I cannot with you, Lonzo. I can't.
Let me tell you a true story about taking your shoes off. I've always been self-conscious about walking barefoot. My brother and sister walk barefoot all the time. I never did it. They go out in the backyard, in the street, run out. I ain't never been one for walking barefoot. Okay. I'm in the 6th grade. The teacher took us to Point Furman, which is out in San Pedro, for science class. We're gonna get some sea urchin and some octopus and bring them back to the science class. There's about 5 or 6 kids. We in a little Volkswagen. All of us in the Volkswagen. Okay. And again, I'm very foot conscious. I don't do barefoot shit. Very seldom you see me barefoot. And she told everybody, take off your shoes and put them on this big ass rock. And we're gonna go looking for sea urchins and shells and shit to bring back to science class. Well, we walking, all of a sudden, we start seeing shoes floating down the goddamn ocean, okay? The tide then came in and washed everybody's shoes away. I ain't bullshitting. Everybody went home barefoot, including the teacher, except for my ass, okay? Real talk. I'm the only one with shoes on that night, huh?
I said, so that was a 6th grade victory for you, right?
That was a goddamn victory. She almost got fired behind that shit. That's the crazy part about it. She had to go out and buy people's shoes. She had to go out and buy kids' shoes. And back then, teacher's salary wasn't shit. She might have been making $200 a week, if that much. And she had to go buy all them goddamn PF flyers.
Yeah.
Okay.
The grocery store. That big thing where those sneakers were at. And just pick some sneakers.
No, because
you remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that?
They had them tied to. But no boxes. See, y'all don't understand about this. Back in the day, when we bought shoes, you didn't get a box. Okay,
It was sneakers out.
they would tie them with the string together, or they put a little piece of plastic between the two shoes, and that's how you knew they was supposed to be the same shoe. And a lot of times you get home, you got an 8 and an 8.5, or a 6 and a 6.5. Okay,
Sometimes
somebody wasn't paying attention to their shit, huh? I thought no bullshit. You might have a 6 and 6.5. You got to try both shoes on while you in the store because they had them on a big ass rack. And they were back then. You know what shoes was back then? Tennis shoes. Shit, you can get a pair of tennis shoes like $4, $3-4.
For a pair.
Yeah,
$3-4.
Okay, so that's what mom be like. Let me see you walk in them. All right, walk back to me. All right, walk away. All right, then. Okay.
You can buy some PF Flyers. Might cost you $8. They might cost you $8. Okay.
Remember kegs and the boat shoes that you just slip on?
Yeah.
The deck shoes, they were called deck shoes.
Yeah. So
yep,
we
get an 8 and an 8.5.
We grew up in a different era. I remember Chuck's. I used to sell shoes at Kenny's. Chuck Taylor's was like $7, $8. Okay. High tops was $9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. High tops was $9. That's why I can't give them $50 for a pair of Chucks. I do. And nigga, it ain't changed. It's the same shit.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, you couldn't even get a pair of high tops. You had to get the low tops. An extra $1 or $2 made a big difference with your daddy because shit, he wasn't making maybe about $150 a week at the most.
What exactly are Bobos?
Huh?
Bobos?
Hold on.
The Bobos.
Bobos.
Yeah, I know it was in the chat, Bobos, and we used to have a song, Bobos. Now, which shoes were the Bobos, or were they just cheap shoes?
They must have been cheap shoes.
Yeah, I don't know Bobos.
Bobos that make your feet feel fine. Bobos cost $1.99. Bobos.
Huh?
Who says that in the chat? Bobos. It was in the chat too.
It's Gary.
Bobos. Oh yeah, it was a whole song with Bobos.
Yeah, see, I
must listen. You see what they gotta say.
I'm hitting the chat room up right now on the screen right now. You won't know that though. Anyway,
y'all on the roll, legends. Legends are on the roll.
PF Flyers. I'll give you some PF Flyers.
Yeah.
Some Velcro.
Velcro. I love Velcro, but motherfuckers clowned you for Velcro back in the day.
Yeah.
Nigga clowned you big time behind some Velcro shoes. But yeah, anyway, folks, we just having a good time, man. You know,
that adds up. My son's grandma did not like those Velcro shoes. She's from Sacramento. She was like, get that baby out of those shoes. Give him some shoestrings. He can't have those. And it might be a California thing. She was upset about her grandbaby wearing Velcro shoes.
Hey, look here. My man, Ron Trimble, he said, do you remember when Kenny Shoes had fake BKs? Yes, I sold them. I worked for Kenny Shoes for about 2 or 3 years. In my early years, we had to wear a tie to work, and we had to wear ties and shirts and slacks, and we couldn't wear tennis shoes to work. You had to wear dress shoes to work. And yes, I sold BKs back at Kenny Shoes in Compton. That's what I did, man. Dude, Kenny was my shit back in the day. I used to love Kenny's. Yeah. Oh, blood.
Are BKs the British Knight? Those are British Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got one for you, Lonzo.
Go for it.
You around with Buster Brown's?
Hell yeah. Buster Brown was Kenny's competition. Buster Brown was Kenny's competition. But
Buster Browns was all of that.
If you got a pair of Buster Browns, you that's like having a pair of Nikes today. You got some Buster Browns?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I remember those.
Well, was that. And then they used to have the like the hush puppies with the Buster Browns.
Penny loafers.
But I remember
loafers,
selling shoes in Kenny's. I remember one time, I never forget this long as I live. I'm not trying to be racist, I'm just telling you the truth. Sometimes it's not the truth, and racism sounds the same way. It was Easter Saturday, and a group of Samoans came into the Kenny's to buy some shoes. We tried on every shoe in the store, and they couldn't fit none of them. They just have naturally wide feet. And the only thing we were able to put on them was Earth shoes and Wallabies. That's the only thing.
Wow.
Earth shoes and Wallabies, because Earth shoes are naturally wide cut, and Wallabies don't have no form to it, and they soft on the bottom. So they fell in love with. I sold everybody, whole family, mama, daddy, everybody, Wallabies and Earth shoes. I was the king of the store. Hey folks, it's almost time to wrap it up. Jay, what you got to say before we go, Doc?
Man, all I gotta say is, come and play. Everything's a-okay. Be careful where the air is clean. Be careful taking kids to Sesame Place today. Taking kids to Sesame Place.
What is you smoking? Because I want some of that shit too. Bernadette, what you got? Baby? What you got?
I have nothing to say behind that since you sent that Dre some California Chronicles.
Do they sell it in California? Because I want me an ounce of that shit right there, folks. All right.
Me too.
The Wallabies, they're next to the Wallabies and the BKs.
Don't forget, y'all, to download the Compton Entertainment Chamber of Commerce app. Keep up with all the things going on in Compton, no matter where you are. It's free, don't cost a dime, available on iPhone and Android. In the meantime, we are the Legendary Connects. Lonzo, the Godfather of West Coast hip hop, and my partner, who?
Dr. Dre.
From where?
Yes, indeed. From the Yo MTV Raps world.
All right. And Miss B, where you at?
Mississippi, the 601.
With the red clay. And,
she's from N.W.A, crooked letter, I, crooked letter. Come on, Brenda. You know?
And wherever Dre got,
I'm not singing with you.
Give me some of that.
Whatever you got it.
Can I put that shit in my vape pen, please? Anyway, folks, we are out of here. We are the Legendary Connects. We're out of here, folks. We're out of here. Peace. See y'all next Thursday, y'all. We out.